The deadlift is a core lift and compound exercise that involves the use of the legs, butt, core, and back. Specifically, this lift trains the quadriceps and hamstrings in the legs, gluteus maximus in the butt, with the gluteus medius and minimus acting as stabilizers, rectus abdominis, transverse abdominis, and obliques in the core, which help support the spine and maintain proper posture, and the longissimus, iliocostalis, and spinalis muscles of the erector spinae in the back. Any athlete who wants to increase their jump performance or strengthen their posterior chain would benefit from adopting this exercise. This may include athletes involved in basketball, volleyball, soccer, gymnastics, track and field, and martial arts. Some movement patterns that should be mastered before deadlifting are flexion and extension of the knees and hips with a neutral spine. The first exercise in the specific warm-up for a deadlift is going to be A-skips. You're going to stay very bouncy on your toes and do them for 10 to 15 yards, alternating your hands with the knee that's in the air. Similar to A-skips, B-skips will require you to stay bouncy on your toes and kick your foot out in front of you once your knee gets in the air. You're going to do this exercise for 10 to 15 yards. Moving on, we're going to have box jumps next. You're going to do 2 sets of 10 reps, jumping up onto the box and jumping back down. You want to stay light on your toes, and it's a great exercise to activate that posterior chain. Next up, we have walking hip airplanes. You will do this exercise for 10 to 15 yards, going slow and taking your time, making sure that you get a deep stretch, maintain balance, and activate the muscles in your legs, your back, and your core. Next up are good mornings. You will do 2 sets of 10 reps, going slow and taking your time, making sure that you maintain a neutral spine while keeping balance and activating the muscles in your legs, back, and core. Last up, we have single leg glute bridges. You will do 2 sets of 10 reps for this exercise. Just like all the other exercises, you're going to want to take your time. It is very important to maintain proper form and slowly activate these muscles. You don't want to do too much too fast. For a beginner lifter, before you do an actual deadlift, it is a very good idea to do an empty barbell deadlift. You want to focus on form. You can see in the video Allison chose to have an alternated grip, where she has a supinated closed grip in her left hand and a pronated closed grip in her right hand. Her feet may be a little bit too far apart, but for the most part, her form looks pretty good. Here's the lateral view of Allison's empty barbell deadlift. You can see that she keeps the bar a little bit more than an inch away from her shins. Generally, you want to stay around an inch away. Her form looks pretty good. Her knees are staying over her feet. Her spine is staying pretty neutral. She's looking straight ahead. Form looks pretty good. Now onto the actual deadlift. You can see her feet came in a little bit. It's a lot better form than the empty barbell lift. Here we have slow motion. She's still opting for that alternated grip. Hands outside of her knees. Eyes are straight ahead. Her elbows are completely extended throughout the entire lift. Here we have the lateral view. You can see as she squats down, she pushes her hips back. Her shoulders stay retracted and depressed throughout the lift. Her chest stays up, her eyes stay up and out. She continues to extend her knees and hips until her body reaches a fully erect torso position during the upward movement phase. That's going to wrap it up for this video. Thank you so much for watching my specific warm-up and proper form for the deadlift.